so much. Okay. All right, well, we've got another game up now, and this is a game that got announced at the Xbox press conference. I got tipped off to it a couple weeks ago. I hit up these guys and said, I want to hear more about Spiritfarer, because it's something that people are very curious about, and these guys got a pretty nice spot in the Xbox press conference. Post-Keanu slot, as we like to call it. And Nicholas is here, the creative director of Spiritfarer, to tell us about it, my fellow Canadian. Which is important. So Thunder Lotus Games.
Yes.
Looks like almost like a maple leaf almost, right? The logo?
Yeah, actually, it is still the logo for the university. Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about this game, because I think everyone saw it in the press conference, and it looks so cool and different, but everyone has so many questions about what this game is, how do you play it. Tell us a bit about your studio and the game, and what was your vision for this?
All right, so Spiritfarer is the studio's third game, and we'll have to define the game as a cozy management game about dying.
Okay.
In the game, you play as Stella, the girl as you see here, and Daffodil the cat. And Stella has been just appointed new ferry master to the deceased. So you have to build up a boat, explore the world, to pick up spirits and bring them aboard, and then at some point release them into the afterlife. So it's meant to be a positive uptake on basically, saying goodbye to people and living this world.
Such a deep meaning, and I love the art style.
Thank
it
you.
reminds me a lot of this is dating myself, but back in the day, the old Willie Beamish, which was an old Sierra adventure game, which probably no one knows that reference, but it reminds me of
the reference out of it.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know Willie Beamish? All right, there you go. Canadian playing Sierra adventure game. Exactly, yeah. So, but those kind of things where it's got that cool cartoony look that reminds me of, or like Torrens Passions. Again, I'm gonna stop geeking out on old adventure games.
Do a full segment just in that.
But so is that, tell me about the art style, because obviously it's very different and cool.
Yeah, the art style it's still hand-drawn, 2D animated.
Yeah.
It's all frame by frame. It's classical, animation. We're pretty lucky in Montreal to have very, very, very talented people doing that. Yeah. And that's the work of two people specifically, Johnny, the art director, and Alex, the animation director. Yeah. We're a pretty small studio, so we do everything by ourselves. Yep. And yeah, it's the work of love and labor. Yeah.
So tell us about, you talked about the emotional weight of it. Tell us about the gameplay. Like, what am I doing? I'm going to talking to people. I'm recruiting, like creatures. Tell me how that all works.
So it's basically, you have to think of it as a cross, mix of a farming sim. So you have to gather stuff. You have to you have plants. You can farm. You can fish. You can you have mining around. So you can do tons of stuff in the world like that. Then you build the boat through that. And then on that boat, you get to basically invite the spirits. So they have their homes. You have stations. You have tons of mini games. This is an upgrade for the platforming system, so there is a whole platforming gameplay in Spiritfarer as well, because Thunder Lotus, we do that very well, and with the very nice animated 2D character is very cool to play as well. So it's first and foremost a management game, then it's a platforming game for segments that are basically overlapping together.
Wow, and in terms of the challenge, tell us, you said mini games, it's like, where's the challenge come from?
It's a simple game that's meant to have a complex, depth, basically. Okay. So, games like Stardew Valley, games like, even to a degree Animal Crossing were big inspirations for us. Yeah. But it's meant to be relaxing, cozy, yet, you have enough engagement to play for a very long time. Some of the spirits will be harder to find, harder to keep with you, basically. You have to discover the whole storylines. They're all very different characters. And then at some point, once you've accomplished their final request, they get to leave the boat, and you have to say goodbye to them. Yeah.
Wow. And you guys, it's amazing to have us. How big is the team on this?
Thank you. We're 12.
But team of 12 doing something completely new and different.
Thank you.
Which is just beautiful. And when I saw it, I was just like, wow, this is just the art style just reminds me of, it grabs you, and then to hear that there's such a deep meaning behind that. And tell us, a bit about the inspiration for that. Was it sort of a personal journey for you to write this game?
It is. It's a game about dying, so you get to think about that a lot. Yeah. And tons of, inspiration that we have. For example, many of the characters are inspired from relatives, from team members that, had to basically die. Yeah. So it's a mix of all that. I have tons of personal, investment into the game by my personal life and all that. And it's really, it's a game for which you have to care for others. We've been doing so many games in which you kill people. Yeah. And for this one, you know they have to die, but you don't want them to. So the way we actually put that, positive framing on death is by learning how to actually, the concept of legacy and inheritance. Death is palatable to the concept of, well, what do you leave behind? What's left behind of you? And then you think of all the people that's been with you and people that you will have to leave at some point, actually. Yeah. It's all, mixed into the game.
And I love the synergy of such a deep meaning with this, 2D, hand-drawn cartoon style.
It's meant to be that contrast, actually.
Yeah.
That bittersweet melancholy of, we had also tons of Ghibli artwork that helped us, doing that, that
Ghibli,
inspiration of melancholic style. So you basically you have that bittersweet, melancholic feeling to it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful game. Any sense of how far you are in development?
We're halfway through-ish. Maybe we're going to release the game in 2020.
Okay. So next year. All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming
Jeff.
by. Great to see the game.
Thank
We look
you.
forward to seeing more of it. It's
Absolutely.
something
Thank you
that's
very much.
new and different. Appreciate it.